Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Well, I was trying to do George Dickel number 12 versus Jim Beam Black, but then I realized I didn't have enough of it to do a proper taste challenge. I mean, I didn't even have enough for a shot. It was just like a little sip, and then it was gone with the wind. All right, so I have the Jim Beam Black, introduced in 1992, but then replaced in 2015 by Jim Beam Extra Age, Jim Beam Black Extra, which is age extra time, but we don't know how extra. Okay. This is Sour Mash Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And even though it was discontinued 9 years ago, I can still buy it today. I could go today when the store opens and buy this big bottle, which will run $34.99, but I paid $32.99 for the price went up. So something on the camera. Looks like something's on the camera. Yeah, I don't know. Could be the camera failing. Okay, have to buy another one. All right. Could be the monitor. All right. Anyway, anyhow, that's still available, but it's been out of production for, like I said, 9 years. Now here's George Dickel Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey, Cascade Hollow. It was introduced sometime in the 2000s, and then it was discontinued sometime around 2012 or whatever. I don't know, because I'm getting different dates. Like they're saying the trademark was adopted in 2018. Well, why would they get the trademark after they stopped making it? So the whole thing is confusing. But we know it's no longer made. It's not referred to on their website. As far as their website goes, it's not on it. So you're not gonna find it. Old Fashioned Cascade Hollow, Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey, not straight whiskey, just sour mash whiskey. So they might be adding flavoring and color into it. I get a feeling that they are, but no big deal. Distilled and charcoal mellowed in Tennessee by George Dickel, but that's Diageo. They own George Dickel. And there's an essay on the side about the history of it, and over here about, the same thing. It's aged 3 years. I forgot to put that in the notes. I will do that now. Aged 3 years. So a 3 year versus an 8 year. So shouldn't be close, huh? Oh, yeah, I did put that. Oh, my mind. I was such in a rush, because after the failure of this recent one. All right. You probably will never see this. I did see it about 5 years ago. And they had liter bottles. This is a liter bottle. This is a big bottle. Liter bottles for $7.99, which is incredibly cheap. So you don't see George Dickel for $7.99, and you definitely don't see liter bottles for $7.99. That's for sure. But I did see it. I bought one for myself. I bought another one for my friend David. He was excited about it because he had never heard of it either. We never heard of this red label. And then at that price, they didn't stay in the store very long. The bottles were gone, in a snap. They were gone, That's obvious, expected. We would expect. So, and I never did see it again anywhere else, ever. And probably never will see it again anywhere else, ever, because it's gone. And we couldn't do anything about it. Nobody could do nothing about it. All right, so these are both amber, although I think the Jim Beam Black's a little darker. So I'm not saying that the George Dickel Cascade Hollow or the George Dickel Superior 12 has coloring added. I'm not saying it does, or flavoring. I'm not saying it does. but I'm saying there is no rule against that. Okay, there is no prohibition against it. If you read the Tennessee whiskey regulations, there's nothing in there even addressing coloring or flavoring. Now, could there be some addendum somewhere that I'm not seeing? Guess there could be, but I don't think that their rule, I don't think their law is very long. It's just like a paragraph and it says what I said. But it has an unusual flavor. It's 84. Well, the regular George Dickel's 84% corn, 8% rye whiskey, and 8% barley malt whiskey. So you got corn whiskey, rye whiskey, and straight and sorry, not straight, single malt barley, like you have in Scotland, barley malt whiskey, single malt. It's not gonna be smoky, but I don't know what the lineup is on this Cascade Hollow. It could be different. There's no website listing, so couldn't say. All right. So it is a bourbon, but it's not called a bourbon, And some people are like really hung up on that, like fanatical about it. And they'll tell me, you're wrong. It's a Tennessee whiskey, so therefore it's not a bourbon. I say, no, you're wrong. And I'm not worried about it because I can back it up and you can't. See, that's the thing. I wouldn't get upset about it or like angry or like hot tempered about it. Cause I got no reason to be because I know I'm right. I can back it up. So if somebody's coming at me talking about Tennessee whiskey is not bourbon, I'm not gonna get worried about that or agitated about it. Why would I get worried or agitated? I know I'm right. I got money to back that up. And that's not a bet. See, a bet is if you're not sure what the end's going to be. You're not sure of the outcome. But this one, I know the outcome. So that's the only time I bet. If I'm putting money on something, I know the answer already because I don't take a risk with the money. So I'm not a gambler, Like somebody was telling me, I bet you LSU's not going to beat Wisconsin. I was like, well, I don't bet on games, okay? And I wanted to tell him, and plus I know that if you lose, you're not going to pay me. So I'm not, he's the kind of person that if I lost to him, he would demand incessantly that I pay him. But if he lost, he would say, I was just joking around. I didn't mean it. So I know that kind of person. So double danger. I wouldn't bet with them because I don't want to take a risk. And secondly, I know they're not going to pay up. They're going to welch. So, but the kind of bet I'm talking about is it's guaranteed money. I'm going to get the money. Only way I'm not going to get your money is if you welch, if you a weaseler, you weasel out. So yeah, that's how confident I am. It's not overconfidence. No, it's ironclad confidence. Okay, but that being said, let's try them out. I already know which is which. Typical bourbon. Typical George Dickel strangeness. It smelled like a health food store or Flintstone vitamin. I like Flintstone vitamins and I like health food stores. Not that I shop there, but I remember the smell from 1975, whatever. Hey man, welcome to our store. Okay, so I remember all of that. So that's it. I'm not even going to taste it. I know this is George Dickel. See, I'm right, and I'm unanimous in that. David Cassidy says, Ron, how does Dickel SM taste compared to Jack Daniel's Old Number 7? George Dickel's small batch? Small, what is SM? Some monkeys? Well, Jack Daniel's tastes like regular old bourbon, and George Dickel tastes like sour mash. Oh, I'm sorry. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah. Good morning. Well, like I'm saying, this one tastes like Flintstone vitamins and a health food store, and Jack Daniel's tastes like bourbon. So that's how they compare. They don't really compare. They contrast. So got it right. Didn't even have to taste it. I could save this, I could save this and pour it back in the bottle, but I'm not that stingy on it. Sweet corn, charred oak, vanilla, honeysuckle nectar. Now, I'm going to say that a million times more in my life, probably because that's what they taste like. That is what typical bourbon tastes like to me. And watch a bunch of videos. That's what it tastes like to a lot of people. Read reviews. They're always writing the same thing. Okay, it's sugary sweet, really. All right, medium body, semi-sweet finish. Yeah, same old thing. Not a cloying finish though. No, don't take that the wrong way. It's like I said, semi-sweet. Okay. That's a strange tasting product, but it's not a bad tasting product. The Dickel doesn't sound too good with the vitamin thing going on. I know it sounds bad, but it's not bad. I did the number 12 down to an A minus. You could say an A minus, like it's not quite most excellent, but still excellent in its own idiosyncratic way. So, and really, why does everything have to taste the same? I don't think it does. Are they adding flavoring to it? It's possible. It's possible. It could be what is making it weird out on me. And they all like that. The rye, the number 12 that's gone now, and this one, the Cascade Hollow, that's out of production, but I still got a good 33% of the bottle. Well, maybe not quite that much. Let's see. 1/3, 2/3, 3. Yeah, 33% of the bottle, and that'll last a good long while. If you ever see that red label, George Dickel, and they could bring it back because on the website they used to have frequently asked questions, which I can't find anymore. I think they changed the website. I know they changed the website. They used to say Cascade Hollow is not being produced at this time. Okay, they never said the word discontinued. They just said not currently produced, something along those lines. So that means it might come back this month. You see, they could bring it back. They're just keeping that in the pocket in case they want to bring it back. But probably nobody's demanding it. So there's probably not that many people dying to get an 80 proof 3-year age George Dickel. But I'm sure they got the recipe ready to roll if they ever need to bring it out again, or say want to bring it out again. I think they should bring it back personally, because I think some people would like an 80 proof George Dickel 3-year age, and they could sell it inexpensively. And it's very smooth, mild, mellow, easygoing, nothing bad about it. I like it. I would definitely, if you see a bottle, definitely buy it, especially if you see a liter bottle for $7.99 like I did, then you gotta buy it. Yeah, it's a winner. It's definitely a winner. I never said bad things about George Dickel. I just said it tasted strange to me. I never said it tasted bad. Yeah, nothing bad about it. That's it. So could you mix, Jack? Could you confuse Jim Beam 8-year with this thing? No way. I got it on aroma only. No, you'd never confuse the two. Never. No. But Jim Beam Black 8-year age is easily confused with many other bourbons because very much like the rest of the lot. So is it a standout? No, it isn't. Is it just like kind of in the mix with the rest? Yes, I say that. But it's very nice. Now, that's it for bourbon. No more bourbon on this channel until I get back to it the next time. Haha. So no more bourbon until the next go around. And I think that's going to be the very old Barton. I've been sitting on that bottle for too long, since the scandemic, and I'm ready to roll with it. Very old Barton. It's not the 80 proof that I did years ago, the little small bottle, half size bottle. No, this is the very old Barton, and I think this is the green and black label, the 86 proof. Can't get it in Louisiana. It's not sold here in this state, but I did find it in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Could have bought the huge bottle, but I say, man, I just tried a regular size. It was only like $11.99 after all. So VOB, famous brand, just not too well known. Mostly sold in Kentucky, but I mean everybody in Kentucky knows about VOB. But Mississippi, to find it in Pascagoula, Mississippi, I was impressed to see it all the way to the Gulf Coast. So who knows? It might migrate to Louisiana. All right, y'all take care. Y'all take care now. Bye bye. So get ready because the next one is blended American blended whiskey. The next challenge will be American blended whiskey, and I have a treasure trove of that.